This is Drew Manchu, live at Baltimore Comic Con 2019, and you are watching Bear Island Comics, probably because you have nothing better to do.
A new year is upon us. Everyone in the YouTube comics community has been putting out their year-ender videos. Not so much an option for me. It's New Year's Eve right now. I probably won't have this edited until Valentine's Day. I guess we're gonna have to think of this as more of a year starter video. Eh? Same concept, just year starter. What's the big deal? It's a year starter video. I'm gonna try to do this in what's called the D-Runk style, where you think of the words that you're gonna say in your brain, and then you say them out loud to the camera while it is recording. This is something that D-Runk was explaining to us the other night in a live show.
What I do is,
That's what she said.
I think of what I say, and I say it, and then I pause for a second.
Words of wisdom. I think of what I say, and then I say it. I love that.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get a pen. Hold on.
I hear Perry has tried it and he's having some success, so we're gonna give it a shot. Before we look ahead to 2020, I want to do new visitors to my channel a solid and give them a nice recap of 2019, what happened to me as a collector and as a YouTuber. That way they don't have to go back and watch all the many videos that I've made.
There really aren't that many.
There's only a few videos.
Yeah,
Okay.
you only did a few.
All right. I mean, I guess that's true. All right, so there's only a few videos to watch. But I mean, you don't want to go back and watch all of it. How did you get in here? All right, let's start in March. First big moment for me was a raffle win. I won an Amazing Spider-Man 50, first appearance of the Kingpin in a 5.0, in a definitely legal raffle on a social media site. That was super exciting. March 14th, I uploaded a trailer to my channel, which made a bunch of false promises about the content that was going to be on the channel. Sometime in the weeks that followed, I did something very important. I connected with JP of JP's Budget Collecting through Instagram because I know how to spot a star and hitch myself to it. Okay, we started communicating a little bit. I heard that he wanted somebody's autograph. I offered to get it for him at C2E2, and then I didn't because the line was too long. But he still kept communicating with me, which was nice of him. So thank you, JP. You and I are going straight to the top. March 22nd was a big day for me. That was the first Friday of C2E2. I actually uploaded episode 1 of Bear Island Comics that morning from my hotel room. I had been up all night editing it. I wanted to get a video out before I showed up at the convention because I knew I'd probably be meeting some YouTubers, and I wanted to be able to say, hey, go to my channel. I have a video that you can watch and perhaps enjoy. Also that day I got to pick up my Poison Ivy commission from Stephanie Hans. What a cool moment. It was awesome meeting her. She did an amazing job. I'll put a close-up picture up so everyone can see the beautiful job she did. One of my favorite characters, Poison Ivy. I did get to meet a few people from the community at C2E2, certain members of the Comic Corps, not Drew Manchu, famously.
Mr. Manchu, I avoided you at C2E2.
But I think we made up for that at a future convention, which I'll get to. In April, another raffle win. Batman the Killing Joke in a 9.8. Kind of a disturbing book, but an important book nonetheless. One thing I remember about April is that Discovery Bay Comics, JB, was so helpful to me in giving me pointers on how I could improve my videos. Constructive criticism from him. He's got a way about him where you just trust him. So I took some of that advice, and I think it's made my videos better. April 17th, my first live show was with John's Comics with Kids and White Whale Comics. New Comic Book Day Book Club. We reviewed Meet the Skrulls.
It is good.
Fast forwarding to May. May 9th, my first contest entry was for JP's Budget Collecting. I ended up winning second place for talking a bunch about how much I like Batman Nightfall and Tom King's The Vision. Can't beat that. May 11th, the unboxing match against Discovery Bay, against JB. Kenny was the MC, and this was the birth of King Johnfrey.
And the winner of the first ever Comic Core unboxing match.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
No, are you kidding me?
Comics with Kids
What?
wins.
I am the king. I am the winner. What do you expect to happen right now? Get out of this house, JB. What you got, Bear Island? Come on.
John kind of swooped in and won out of nowhere. I still don't know how he did it. May 20th, my first CDC unboxing video. I got a Batgirl 23 that was a 9.6, and let's just say D-Runk was watching. May 27th, right around Memorial Day, I announced my Royal Guard contest, asking people to imagine themselves as a king or a queen and choose 7 protectors, basically 7 people they want on their team, keep them alive and happy as royalty. In June, I did some unboxings. On June 1st, I unboxed a bunch of those C2E2 books. This was the birth of 9.6 guy. I got a lot of 9.6s in that batch. Some Justice League number 1s, some Die number 1s, a lot of 9.6s in there. On June 3rd, D-Runk submitted his contest entry for my Royal Guard contest. He fired his first shot, showing off his Batgirl 23 9.8.
Oh, that could get me disqualified, man. That might be an official rule or something, you know? You don't just hold up a Batgirl 9.8 taunting a guy that's got a Batgirl 9.6. That's not cool. You know, you got to follow the rule.
Things would only escalate from there in the best of ways. Because on June 11th, I received...
Yes. Oh, look at this. Holy mackerel.
the grand prize from that Spider-Man booth. Detective Comics 359. The first appearance of Batgirl. Not a variant cover featuring Batgirl that was pretty. First appearance of Batgirl. I ordered 5 mystery boxes from that Spider-Man booth. And that was enough to get me this beautiful 5.5 Detective Comics 359. Probably the jewel of my collection at this point. And I made sure D-Runk saw it. I just made sure. I mean, come on. Wouldn't you? Right around the 4th of July, I wrapped up the Royal Guard contest, held the random drawing. Biggie Shack took first prize, which is a die #1 signed by Stephanie Hans. Soldier and Fuchsia, I believe, also won a prize, and so did Sam I Am. So some of my favorite people in the community walked away with a few of my books, and I could not have been happier. I'll probably have another contest coming up this year if I get anywhere near 500 subs. 5th of July, I submitted a video in which I sang a song that I had written about the Comic Corps, because they were having a contest in which they were offering to fly you out and provide lodging for the Baltimore Comic Con. And I wanted to go, so I wrote a song and I performed it. And I uploaded it to YouTube for the world to see. More on that later. Later in the month, July 22nd, another CGC unboxing. Things took a turn for the better. Actually got a couple 9.8s. One in particular that was pretty exciting. Wonder Woman #7, the first appearance of Cheetah, signed by George Perez. I was so excited about that. I did a little dance. Yeah, it's out there. You probably won't see that again. August, another raffle win. Saga number 1, 9/8, double signed by Fiona Staples. And of course, the guy whose name I'm suddenly forgetting, Brian K. Vaughan. Wow. There goes my credibility. 22nd of August, Comic Bear NYC was born as I took on Discovery Bay in our second unboxing match, but I ran out of packages to open.
How can you be out of packages? It's a 12-round bout, Adam.
He's got too many. He's always got a pile. It's taller than him. I didn't have enough, so I had to call up Comic Books NYC, Kavi, and he answered the call.
Hey, Comic Books NYC, Kavi speaking. What's your comic emergency today?
I need you to tag in. I need you to take over for me. You've got packages. I know you have packages.
Dude,
He can't really do that, can he?
this is Comic Books NYC. You're goddamn right we got packages.
This
Man, I thought I was
has
losing.
never happened.
Are you gonna let this happen? Are you
I
letting
don't
this
even
happen?
know what is going on right now. This is crazy.
Cheated, but we took him down. Yes, it was great. August 28th, I submitted my contest entry for John's Comics with Kids 700 subs contest. 7 YouTubers, each one item from popular culture. JP's Budget Collecting.
Gray's Sports Almanac.
Doc Ock's Harness and Arms. I could totally see TJ like walking around in like a maester's robe and stuff. That'd be kind of cool, right? You are now Janos. And your name's gonna be on the side of this helicopter. I feel like Alex should be wielding a weapon of equal measure. I just think it suits us. I just think we would look good in it. That would result in the Silver Smurfer. Thank you and good night. And I crossed my fingers. And I waited. And I waited. Moving on to September. On the 6th, I got the honor of being on the hottest new show on the YouTubes, Comic Gories. I defeated D-Runk in the first round, moved on to face Bake the Snake, and then John sort of came in and sideswiped me in the final round, making a comment that turned the tide against me, quite frankly.
I've heard that referred to as the Cosby cover.
Thanks, John.
He's
I'm going to take the wind out of this sail.
I don't want it anymore.
Bill Cosby versus Bane.
I'm gonna have to pull a red card on John for that one, man. Oh my god.
I'm not bitter. It's all good. September 21st, a day I will never forget. I was returning from a vacation in England. I was at Detroit Metro Airport walking to get my luggage when I hit play on a video announcing the winners of John's contest. I was not among the winners. It's fine. The many hours that I put into it was, however, mentioned repeatedly.
Take that, Bear Island.
Take that, Bear Island.
Take that, Bear. Yes, indeed. Is Bear in the chat? Did he say something yet? No. Everybody's laughing. That was awesome. That's hilarious. Charlie just said, take that, Bear Island. Wow. Somebody needs to screen grab that and save that for life. Bear
Someone send that to him. Is Bear the one who got Stephanie Hans in his basement?
Yes, Bear Island has Stephanie Hans in his basement. Let's spread that around.
Look at G-Run. It says, hopefully someone is feeding Stephanie while Bear's in Europe.
Oh, I don't know.
In October, Baltimore Comic-Con with the Comic Corps. I won that contest. The one that I wrote the song for, I won. So they took me with them. And we hung out a lot and had a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of people from the community, too. John, Alec, White Whale, Kenny. We hung out a lot, me and Kenny. I feel like we went through a lot. We endured a bit. All the Comic Corps people, what an experience. Discovery Bay was there. It was a lot of fun. I'm forever grateful to the Comic Corps for taking me with them. What a blast. I also got to meet DS Comics there, and he briefly just showed me this book. He said, you know, I just had this graded in the on-site grading there. I heard you might be interested in this book. And I was like, I don't know how you got that information, but it's very, very true. Let's be in touch. So we kept in touch, and I made a couple payments. This is the first appearance of Catwoman in the Silver Age. Lois Lane, number 70. So happy to have this in my collection. Also at Baltimore, something kind of cool happened. Before the con, I purchased this on eBay. This classic Catwoman cover, Catwoman 51, Adam Hughes. I got to meet Mr. Hughes at the convention and have him sign this, which of course is a big risk because I bought it graded 9.8 and I cracked the slab, taking the chance that somewhere along the way it would get damaged and come back as a lower grade. Now, I didn't mind doing that because this is a personal collection book. I think it's a gorgeous book. If it came back as a 9.6, I'd be disappointed, but it's still something I really like having in my collection. Also in October, end of the month, Comic Gory's Halloween special, the debut of Kurt Cobaert.
And here he comes, Kurt Cobaert.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
That's awesome.
Phenomenal. Don't burn any of your books, Kurt Cobaert. Here we go. Kurt Cobaert cannot be rushed. I love the White Whale Comics t-shirt. Podcast is dominating this bear.
Whatever.
You don't care about what's popular.
Winning is fleeting.
I'm calling it for podcast. Yes, podcast.
Right.
Oh, whatever.
Will he ever return? In November, a couple really cool things happened. First was the debut of the greatest comic book show ever, the new Wednesday night show on the Comic Corps featuring White Whale Comics, John's Comics with Kids, Comics Misexplained, and myself. It's been a lot of fun. We try to do kind of a comics comedy show. We usually hit the mark. You're gonna have to tune in to find out. 10 o'clock on Wednesdays. I also had a chance to have dinner with TJ, the Slab Dragon Watson. I thought everything was going to be fine. I thought it was just going to be a dinner. Just had some Thai food with him in front of his. Recently, I've been getting some kind of menacing messages with purple devils in them. So I don't know, lesson learned maybe. Let's see what happens there. All right, favorite things that I read in 2019 in comic books. This might surprise a lot of people. My single comic of the year is this. Dark Multiverse, Death of Superman, where Lois kind of, let's just say she goes off. And it's a roller coaster. It is a very, very powerful comic book that I found moving in ways that most comics can't achieve. So, absolutely awesome. Love this book. It's my book of the year. Also really enjoyed Batman Curse of the White Knight, Sean Gordon Murphy. It's been a lot of fun. His art style is just fantastic. Reading Saga Volume 1, because I like to know what I have when I get one of those big books that I wasn't able to read when it came out. Black Hammer, the entire series so far, has been amazing. I read all of it so that I was educated enough to interview Jeff Lemire at Baltimore Comic Con with the Comic Corps. Batman, the Black Mirror, read through this trade. Absolutely fantastic. And one of my favorite moments of 2019 that I did not mention was I got to be on Gotham City Chronicles with JP's Budget Collecting and Comic Books NYC. And we discussed this, and it was a lot of fun. And I did a slideshow, and Bake the Snake really liked it. I also read Swamp Thing, the Bronze Age Volume 1. This includes House of Secrets 92 and most of the original, well, probably about the first 10 issues of the Len Wein, Bernie Wrightson Swamp Thing. Some of the best comic books that I've ever read. Other top things. Top meme sent to me by Sharon from Life with Two YouTubers. It's going to be this one. This is the top meme she sent me. This is out of hundreds, by the way. And here is the runner-up. What else? Top toy chest of 2019, Bella's. Look it up on YouTube, Bella's Toy Chest. Look it up.
I bid you farewell and good luck, morons. Bye.